Alrighty, so I'm doing a semi-play along with what Overcharged Egg is doing with Thessia, and I've screwed around with the name on it a bit, but I've been playing around with it and adapting what they've been doing and going my own way simply because I love egg stuff, but Thessia is only getting a once a week thing and I keep wanting to play. So I take some inspiration from what they're working on and adding, and then do my own thing in between and expansion. And I've gotten too far ahead in some places, but I kind of wanted to just take a look at how it's going. I apologize for the crap audio if it sounds it. I just have a little Logitech webcam thing because this isn't like my main gig or anything. So I've got my main area with it. We all started off on doing that, and I expanded out a lot further with some of it. And, we all came down here and set this kind of section up. I went for the thing of, it's a highway, let's put some car dealerships, some little farm kind of stuff there, but not too much. A couple little developments here and there, another little farm, a big logistics area here, because those pop up around the place like an Amazon distribution center or something. And I expanded out on this section as well, adding some more fishing stuff here because I needed to get a few more boats out in the water. And generally the same concept here, and filling it out more in different ways and just refamiliarizing myself with the tools because I've been playing like haphazardly on really bad systems. So what I ended up doing over on this side, we all went up to here, and I made a nice little resort town, which was fun. Took obvious inspiration, copying, whichever, but then expanded out this way, did a lot of industry here, did the shorefront, lots of different areas here. Some little pedestrian areas. Again, it was learning how to use some of these again or tools that I hadn't used and assets I hadn't used. And I did a nice amusement park within this section as well. Let's see. That was fun to do because I'm trying to base it a little bit off of inspired by York Beach up in Maine, which has a amusement park and zoo at the beach area, or just outside of downtown for the strip and everything. I did a lot of residential here, but as I built up everything over here, I didn't have enough customers. I didn't have enough workers. I just did, suburban sprawl and trying to keep it all based on the one main road here, which was fun. Did some different types of housing and elements here. Came around all around. And I decided that along here was where I wanted to put the main university area for the island, or the region. I'm gonna do like the high density one in the actual city when I get to that part of it, but having some of the extended areas here, and then I can start taking some of the larger buildings and mixing them into other places to expand out as well, and tied it into them having a nice athletics facility, and then some minor bits of high density residential for the campus, for residents, teachers, blah blah blah, some commercial and pieces there, and a rail function, which I actually enjoyed doing the rail function here because I had a really nice little walk path here, and it is, as they would say, so alive. Just look at all those people coming in. It's really, really pleasant watching all the tourists coming in, and they're all coming in for shopping, they're coming in for the games, and it's a lot of fun with that. And then to the right of that, I opted for some waste, other facilities, some commercial. My commercial sucks. I'm not sure why. I presume it's just the fact that I have too many open jobs, and I got to work on that. But I got to expand residential, and that's hard to do because I keep getting caught up on doing infrastructure. But I started working over here doing more of these kinds like apartment complex zones, community pool section for it, a couple little blocks like that. Nice little rest area, some restaurant, hotels, gas stations and things here. So there's some transit options for people when they come off of there. And then built this out with just simple homes. It's just, again, going off that kind of York inspiration where this isn't like stuff you would just fill in. it's something where it's kind of like not swampland or anything, but little marshy, a little soft, a little stuff you couldn't build on without really destroying it. And that kind of just filled out the area here with a nice little small downtown thing. You know, police, post office, some more apartments along here, another little hotel, town hall, you know, all the stuff that's fun. And then doing a nice little school area here so they don't have to travel as far for it and fill some of that need. And then just some more additional residential up here because there's always some people that live close to the schools. And what I ended up doing at one point originally was I was like, I got to get a better way for getting people in here because it was all coming through this main road that we had created over here. Which actually, I really enjoyed because when I set this up, I found a nice 4590 asset on the site, which has a park in there, which, yeah, maybe not the best place for a park, but this is what towns do. So I got to do something a little more creative here in how this is set up, and I really like that. What I had done, though, is I ended up coming down here, and I did this straight away through. It had a... I had a small highway connection here for this. Excuse me. Which helped ease some of the traffic further up and bring people through here. Nice little rest area, and then I did like some farm stuff, just so I could start building out some industry for that. But then, as I enjoyed this, and I know this is too close, I ended up doing this more elaborate piece here. Because when Egg did his highway mirroring the rail track, I was like, crap, how do I do that? Because the way I had changed things from what he had originally done, I couldn't quite do the same thing. So, decided to make this kind of infrastructure here. Had a lot of fun doing it. It's a very high-speed road because it's carrying a lot of traffic. Comes through. Nice setup here. This handles a lot of different things. Again, some stuff's just too close, but that's also reality in how some of this works. So it cuts through a little bit. Still got to do some fixing and detailing, clean all that up. And it's what I really like with this, which is hard to see. Let me see. Is it's got some nice height to it on the side, so it's hiding it, and it keeps some of that natural element that we get with this being a resort town, and the highway is not like right through the town. You know, we have a good transit system there. We have trains coming in, and the train system for this ends here. It does not go into the city that's being planned for further around. But I had an option for that. And that was partially why I knew I had to do the highway. I needed a highway option to get out here. So we've got a nice little bit of infrastructure here that I really enjoy. I had a lot of fun playing with the tools and getting this to work because I have the cargo and all this here. So I needed that, but I also needed a high-speed place for people to get here that live here. Because when I did this section, I did a lot of residential here, but I also had fun in doing a small cargo port here, and then building out places along here for some long-term visitors, some Airbnb style things. We got some cabins up here, and just making it so you had a place for people to go that were a little more high-end that didn't live in the city proper. So then as it starts going out this way, hey, guess what comes out? The Brooklyn and Queens set. I had designed stuff along here and some schools and whatnot. And then that set hit, and I was like, let's start building some high density. Which has been slowly expanding. Did a nice little trolley system here. Some extra residential, a little commercial. A little tram stuff. Nice specialty tram roads. Try and make this sucks. But I'm trying the leisure and resort tag on it to see how a district. And I know it's all hotels, so I need to redo this or change it to low density or something else. But what I wanted to do was have some nice dense residential here, a nice touristy section because we got this beach. And then after that we get some more residential here that's a little more dense. But I had fun with this too because I mixed in some of these little 1x3s, nice parks, big sections, so there's a lot of green space, and the roads have it as well. But I also have this asset that I really like, which is an overlook, Vista Point. and that comes right on to the quay. So people come down here, they do touristy stuff, they get to walk up here, and getting a decent bit of foot traffic along here depending on the time as well. So they have to go through and expand there. The difficult part was figuring out how to get people back on the highway without messing it up. There's not going to be too much highway access in this area. It has to be spread out a little bit because otherwise it starts looking like Boston and you got junctions after junction after junction. So this is going to be reworked a little bit, but I needed some access. And I wanted the cargo to be able to keep coming through. So I spent this weekend doing is just connecting things up. It's like, let's get my basic infrastructure set. We're going to be doing a lot of warehouse industry, industrial evolution. We're going to do some industrial evolution along here, and then start our crawl into here, which will be the city proper. So we can build up, because you gotta have the height. So I just did some nice parallel road tool stuff, figure out, working with the contours. I've been listening to City Planner Plays. I listen to Egg. I get my stuff down. May not look anywhere near as good, but the concepts are there. But I had fun with that. Building up a nice slow incline here and building that so it goes out of town. So I have cargo that can come in from either side and expand that. I was thinking of doing the passengers here, but I don't want to do that. I want to do from the resort town, from that area where the train ends. That's all going to be metro going under everything and into the city. So it'll have a connection there. But you got to have highway access to the city. So I've got that set and we'll expand on that. And then I redid some access over here to stop everybody coming through to the other highways and through the little town and everything. So it's just a temporary little kludge. And then, that allows everybody to come in, some people to shoehorn over here. And then added this. Was originally designed as like a beginning development to get to later, but just added some temporary. It's like, hey, we're building out, we got a little bit here, now it's just all dirt road. So there is some connection to it to plan out for the future and basically do a little more suburban sprawl along here, because there's always something that's going to come up along the highway, but that may just be expanding this out more so the water covers more of it. But it gives me room for doing some additional residential because I've got the demand and I need the people, because where is it now? Unemployment? Yeah, my unemployment's 5%. And I got a lot of jobs to fill. But so that's where Thessia-ish, Little Thess, that's where things stand with this guy. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Egg has next that I can incorporate in and build off of and discover more. Thanks for watching.